I'm back here with Geranium Gin and Henrik Hammer, the founder. And tell me, Henrik, gin tonic is a drink that a lot of people share as their favorite drink. Gin is still in. Why is it so?
Well, gin has always been in. Actually, has gin for many centuries been the most used base spirit for making drinks because of its versatility. Gin is not as stereotyped as many other spirits, like the barrel spirits or agave spirits. Gin can be used with a lot of variety of mixes, so you can make a lot of cocktails suiting almost anyone's palate. There has been a decrease in the interest in gin after World War I, the recession, prohibition, but in the 60s and 70s we've seen the rise of interest in cocktails again. And for the past 5 years, I think everyone would agree that gin has obtained a really high interest, and actually we are now having a second gin craze now. Yeah, so gin is in now, and the reason is because gin is a very usable spirit.
What does the future hold for gin?
Well, the future looks great because I don't think people will drink less gin, but if you look at the statistics from IWSR, which is a database sampling data of the whole spirits category, you will see that gin has, for the past 5 years, increased just a little bit in sales, only a few percent. What is happening is that a lot of new gins, especially premium and super premium gins, has gone to the market now. When I started making gin 9 years ago, there were 500 brands. Now you can count plus 2,500. So the sales in general hasn't increased a lot, but the interest has been rise towards high-end gins because of the cocktail industry. Thank you very much, bartenders. They have created an interest within better spirits because they want to make good cocktails. Also, tourism has been driving the gin interest, and especially the gin and tonic. So the increase in gin by sales hasn't been big, but the increase of premium and super premium gins has been rising by 15 to 20% over the past 5 years.
What's the difference between a premium gin and a normal gin?
The difference is price. It's up to the consumer to decide whether a gin is good or lesser good or super nice. And this is what gin can do again. There is a lot of different gins on the market having different tasting profiles. So if you forget about packaging, what people want is value for money. Like with wine. Many years ago you had red and white, now you got into countries, and now you're going to decide which grape. Now it's the same with gin. Now you can pick and choose from that, a wide range of gins and pick that kind of flavoring profile that you like. And this is where people are buying in, and this is what is increasing. A standard gin is just 100 index gin, a premium gin is 150 priced index gin, and a super premium is 200 index priced gin. So premium is an objective thing set on price, but it's up to the consumer to pick and choose which kind of gin you want that gives you the most value for money. So getting back to the future of gin, there will be a consolidation within the next 10 years because we cannot have thousands of gins that are competing on the same level. And hence to people, they want value for money, they will choose where they get the value for money. So buying 2 gins that has the same kind of flavoring profile, forget about the packaging, whereas one costs $50 and the other one costs $25, I think that's an easy choice. So the gins that will survive must have an identity, and also they must have local support and support by the bartender community. And most of all, again, it must be priced reasonable compared to the value it will bring to the consumer.
Which gin would you use for a normal gin tonic?
Well, I would of course use mine, or one of mine. I've got 2. I've got a old style English gin, and I have a new style London dry gin. So depending on which mood I'm in, I will choose from either of those 2 gins. And then I will pair it with that tonic that I feel that I'm in the mood for today. For instance, today we are serving geranium gin with Fenchman's tonic, and this is my preferred drinking home alone. Never drink home alone, but when I'm home alone, I want something more advanced than just the regular gin and tonic. So I will use geranium gin with Van Simmons, and the garnish is important. I know we're going to talk about gin and tonic later, but from my perspective, I will of course drink my own gin and choose the tonic or the mixer that goes well with that particular gin of mine.